Hey, I'm Ross, and I'm at the PPG Paints Arena watching the Pittsburgh Penguins take on the Toronto Maple Leafs, and you're watching Post to Post.
Hello and welcome to Post, the channel where we discuss all things hockey and all teams. And there's a crisis in Toronto.
Stop the press.
We're going to break this news to you because TSN and Sportsnet don't ever cover the Toronto Maple Leafs. So we're just going to have to break this news to you since they don't cover the Leafs. So
Feel your head.
Oh, you didn't get that joke? Come on. Of course, most of you probably have already heard about this because of Sportsnet and TSN always covering the Leafs more than any other team. It makes sense. They're stationed in Toronto. I get it. But
Yeah,
just a little joke.
Toronto's the center of the universe.
Exactly. So there's a lot of upset fans because the prices for the season tickets for the coming NHL season were announced, and people are losing their mind.
Yes, it's outrageous what they've done.
I don't know the numbers, so hit me with it.
I'm gonna hit you with the numbers. The season ticket for the lower bowl, the loge type seating, this year is $246 on average. So if you take that times 41,
Yeah.
that's your overall price. So that's, you go ahead and do
You
the
keep
Martha.
talking,
You do the Martha Martix on it. Was $246 for this current season. It's going up to $270.
That's $10,000 for this year.
$10,000. It's going up by $1,000 or $984 or something like that.
Yeah,
So
$1,000.
Yeah. So it's going to be $11,000.
Yeah, $11,070.
Yeah, next year. And that's not every seat's the same, but we're talking average prices for seats in the lower bowl. $11,000
$1,000.
a seat. Two together, $22,000 large. The upper bowl is going up by even a higher percent, not upper bowl, upper deck. It's going up by even a higher percentage. The average price for a season ticket in the upper deck this season, $82 a seat. 82 times 41 is
$3,362.
Yeah, $3,362. That's going to go up to $94.
$3,854.
Yeah.
So a $500 increase, basically.
Yeah. And that's a very conservative price. It's probably going to cost you more than that.
And this is the most
That's the cheapest of
basically
cheap.
profitable merchandisable team in the league.
Yeah.
Do they really need to raise ticket price? Like,
They don't. And some of the people that have been railing against this have said, look, I understood when you draft Austin Matthews and you get Martyr and you get Nylander on the team, you can put the prices up some because you're going to start bringing people in. But that increase, that upcharge should already have happened by now. It shouldn't have to happen more. It's like 10% this year and another 15% next year in some cases. And people, I don't have even $4,000 to throw at a seat at an NHL seat. I can't.
yeah.
I certainly don't have 10 or 11
Or 22 to get two tickets.
or 22 to get two tickets because, if you got $10,000, what's the fun if you go by yourself?
Exactly.
You want to bring someone with you. It's insane what they're charging. Now, we were lucky enough last season, about a year ago, last month, we walked up to the ACC ticket window the day before a game and bought tickets. I was shocked that we could even buy tickets the day before a game from the ticket window
$86 each. I
at
think.
face value. I was astounded because in all the games I've attended in the Montreal Forum and also at the Bell Center, I had to buy the tickets from the guy down the street, if you know what I mean, or online from StubHub or a similar type of agency.
Yep.
And I thought when we were downtown Toronto, because we were downtown 2 days in a row when we were stuck there, I thought, this will be funny. He'll laugh at us when we go up to the window. Any chance tickets for tomorrow night? Sure. How many would you like?
Yeah.
What? Are you crazy? Sure, we'll get a couple. And we got two really good seats, and they were up high, but they were great
Those
seats.
were the real fans. That's where the real fans sit, up high.
Yeah, yeah. There was a guy and his wife and a little baby. The baby needed to feed a couple of times, right in the hockey game.
Yeah, it was
And he was feeding naturally, if you know what I mean. Like, the real people are there. You see it all.
the real thing.
The real thing. And the kid, he was cute, though. He was all dressed up with Maple Leaf stuff on. He was cute as a
Yeah,
little
he's
guy.
laughing and stuff.
Yeah, he was a really, usually kids at that age sometimes they're just disasters, but he was a really, really cute kid. Anyway, it was a great evening of fellowship and love of hockey.
It was good.
Yeah. But is it worth $10,000 or $11,000? Especially, and you've seen this too, at Toronto Maple Leafs games, there's also this culture of the suits that go to the games, and they're in the bottom 10 rows. And the first period starts, and they're skating up and down the ice, and you look behind the benches, and the seats are almost all empty.
It's like it's a social event. People go there to have business conversations and business deals and stuff.
So they're up in the lounge with their beer or their Manhattan, their daiquiri, and they're talking about, some business deal they're going to do tomorrow on Bay Street. Meanwhile, they're playing hockey. These suit people couldn't care less about it.
Yeah, the game is secondary.
Yeah. And usually by mid-period, they will trickle in, and even then, they're on their phones. They're talking to each other. They're not really watching the play. And if they've got, if their companies that they work for have 10 or 12 or 25 grand to throw at seats for them and their person they're trying to sell a mortgage to or a car or whatever, fine. Doesn't matter. I'm not even a Toronto Maple Leafs fan. But after all the Toronto Maple Leafs fans went through for decades and decades, being charged probably outrageous prices to see a terrible product on the ice.
Yep.
Now that they've got a good product on the ice, cut them some slack.
Absolutely.
Give them a break.
And they're already getting more money from just merchandise sales from jerseys, because everyone's buying Matthews jerseys. Everyone's buying Anderson jerseys and Nylander and Marner jerseys. They're going ham on the jerseys. So.
Yeah, they are. What the Leafs are hoping to do with this is get more money in their box office, and hopefully the street price of tickets won't go up. In other words, people aren't going to pay more to a scalper. Mm-hmm. Scalpers are going to upcharge anyway. So if you have a ticket that has a face value of $100, you're probably paying $160 or $170 for that ticket on game night. And then the minute they drop the puck, it's probably down to $50. But if you wanted the ticket before the game starts, you're going to pay a lot more for it. And that might be your limit. So if the face value on the ticket next year is $125, does that mean I should pay $200 for that? I might not. So I think the Leafs are banking on that a little bit. Yeah. They're trying to squeeze the scalpers because they don't think the street price will go up. That's a supposition on my part.
They also have to remember the arena is being renamed very soon.
Oh, yeah.
Because whoever, Scotiabank, or I don't even care anymore, spent $10 billion or whatever the heck it was to pay a bunch of people. Like the Maple Leafs don't get all that money. That gets split up to the
MLSE.
Yeah, and stuff.
Yeah,
but still, they're getting an absolutely massive chunk of money from Scotiabank or whoever did it. So, you get all of the billions of dollars for that arena name deal, and you're still going to charge the fans more to see a game. Just thumbs down to that.
Yeah.
That's a Gary Bettman move.
Now, what Toronto might have done instead of what they have done, they've just gone and I don't know what else they've done. They may have done other things too, but they've raised season ticket prices outrageously. What Boston did back in 2016 to address this scalper issue, because they know that people would pay $150 to see a Bruins game in 2016, and they want as much of that $150 as they could get.
Yeah.
They don't want to only get $85 or $90 for that ticket and have someone else get the rest of the money. So what they did, they know a lot of these tickets are being sold to online resellers. They looked at the addresses of the online resellers, and they only would still sell to those in Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and nearby in New York State. And everybody farther away than that, they canceled their accounts. They were not allowed to buy online tickets after that. And they took those freed up season ticket spots and gave them to the 10,000, or some of the 10,000 people on the waiting list.
Wow. That's intense.
That's a good move. Because really, hockey should be enjoyed by as many local folks as possible, and you shouldn't have to be filthy rich to go to an NHL game and watch millionaires play hockey.
Let me ask you this. This is a little off topic.
Okay.
The Tampa Bay Lightning a couple of years ago, when they were in the playoffs, blocked out-of-state ticket sales. So they didn't want the opposing team's fans, or even local out-of-state fans of the other team coming to their arena to cheer on the other team. They wanted it to be all Tampa Bay Lightning fans. Do you agree with that decision or disagree?
Was that the real reason they did it?
Yes.
It wasn't to make hockey more accessible to Florida residents with Florida driver's licenses.
Nope.
It was to pack the arena with their fans at the expense of visiting fans.
Yep.
I don't like that.
I don't like it either.
And we talked maybe about something like this when it comes to what they do in the English Premier League in soccer. They have sections of their stadiums that are set aside for opposing teams'
Yeah,
fans.
you're right.
And that would be a nice gesture. So they, get them all sitting together so they can share each other's misery when the Tampa Bay Lightning thrash the living daylights out of the visiting team, as they're going to do this year. So I don't like it. No.
I like the colors of Tampa. I love the city. I love the Jumbotron, or whatever you want to call it. I like the arena. The Tesla coil is awesome. The only negative thing I have to say about the whole franchise is this whole thing they did a couple years ago, and I hope they don't do it again this year.
Now, was that only for online sales?
I don't know. But it was just for playoffs, obviously.
Yeah.
But
because I would maybe do a hybrid of that. I would limit it to 2 tickets per purchase.
maybe.
Or
I'm curious to see if they're going to do it again this year.
Or it's okay at the Wicket. If you show up at the Wicket, you're not a Florida resident, you want to buy 2 tickets.
What's a wicket?
Well, the window where you buy the
To the
ticket.
box office?
Yeah.
Did people back in the day call it the wicket? Or did they call it the box office?
I would call it, I don't know. Now you're really dragging me off topic into the history of the English language. Good grief, man. Anyway.
I feel like a wicket's something you go to buy your bread in the village or something.
Oh,
Anyways.
there's wickets in croquet, right? I think there's wickets
Have we
in
switched
cricket.
sports based on a wicket conversation?
Well, it looks like you're trying.
Oh, anyways. What were we talking about?
We're talking about the season ticket situation in Toronto.
Right.
Originally, before we got off on a tangent. I think it's a shame. And really,
I know there's a lot of pissed off
a lot of
Maple Leafs fans, like a lot. Like
who don't have an alternative. They don't have an alternative.
There's no alternative. So,
There's 10 million people in that market and only one hockey team.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
although I'm not a Leafs fan, I do enjoy watching the Leafs.
Oh, absolutely. Especially lately.
I enjoy talking to the Leafs. I enjoy talking to Leafs fans. I feel bad for you. It really sucks because there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
So
They've got you locked up. If there were another team nearby in Canada, like Buffalo's not far away, Ottawa's not too far away, and Ottawa's trying to fill their arena,
yeah.
but they don't have anything to put on the ice lately. So it's not much. Well, why would you go to Ottawa anyway? Why would you get a free ticket to go to Ottawa game?
I'd go to Ottawa. I'd love to see a game in Ottawa.
Well, I've seen a couple, and I like them mainly because the other team decided to play hockey.
Oh.
I saw the Washington Capitals play. Saw Ovechkin. I saw Minnesota back when they had Vanek and Mikko Koivu. Yeah, it was good. Good hockey.
They still have Mikko Koivu.
Well, they still, yeah.
Anyways, I think this probably wraps up this video.
I think it died.
Good conversation. Good wicket talk. Thanks for watching.
Sticky wicket.
If you like this video, hit the like button. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. I don't know if you can see this on camera. There's a bunch of mail here. You guys want ham sauce supreme on the Mulligan, so we're going to film mail time real soon. Get that out to you. So thanks for watching. Appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next one. Adios.